Hi and welcome to Draw Tip Tuesday. My name is gouache and on this channel I share my learnings on my creative journey and hopefully it will bring you something for yours. And today I have a sketchbook tour for you of this book. It is a gray toned sketchbook. It has gray paper in it. It's called The Gray Book by HahneMühle and I have filled it in almost a year, I think, because I haven't used it as my daily sketchbook, but just on the side because I don't want to draw in a gray sketchbook every single day. It's a lot about experimenting and trying things out, finding out about what works and what doesn't work so well on gray toned paper, but also just basically what works and what doesn't work so well when you draw in a sketchbook, period. So let's dive in. As always, starting with my contact details, I would recommend you do that because I do know people who got their sketchbooks back after losing them, thanks to putting their contact details in their sketchbook. Here I'm really trying to find out what will work on this gray toned paper. And I do have that clue of something about negative spaces that is interesting and important. Here I'm thinking, well, I have the gray tone. Can I actually use a white pencil and a black pencil to add to that gray mid-tone? I don't know if this is so great, but I'm really exploring. And here I'm getting excited because I'm doing blobs for the face first, and then I draw on top with pencil. Then I added the blue, and this is all gouache, the color, and I added some white colored pencil as well to sort of bring everything together. Experimenting with crayons on the gray. Not a great drawing. This is not a great drawing either, but I'm just really experimenting with my materials. These are tempera sticks, the color, and then I added brush pen on top. I do like this face though. Looking for negative space. I'm getting there, but I think this is still not using the benefits of the gray paper, but it is a fun line drawing. Drawing in a cafe using different materials, ink and black colored pencil, and also white crayon. Here I kept adding until I felt like something was working. It is a little bit overworked, perhaps. Well, you know, I had fun. Learning with every page. Gouache works really, really well on a toned background. It's so bright and so fun. And look at the socks. That is the best part of this whole drawing. So bright colors might be the answer. Big shapes, maybe. I tried to draw my view from the porch when I was teaching at Madeline Island School of the Arts. And here I am again playing with background, negative space, bright white against black, playing with crayons. Here I'm doing the blobs first with paint marker and then on top with a calligraphy pen. Same here, only using colored pencil on top. Here I first did big shapes with a paint marker for the buildings so that I had this sort of street feeling, and then I added the people and the plants and the sky. Drawing with a group of people. Actually, before I got even at this place, on this page there was already this blob here that I put down here with paint marker because the page had curled a lot because of this paint here. So I thought, well, maybe I can uncurl it by putting paint on the other side, which worked. So once I was here on this square, I had to work with that shape. And so I kept going with the same marker to add some of the buildings in the background, and then I drew on top with a colored pencil, also brush pen and crayons. The black pencil is really stamped on the other side of the page, but that's what happens when you use a sketchbook, right? A street in Italy, bright colors, and I left the awnings gray, just with some line. Painting the sky and the water, and then drawing the things in the middle. Painting the faces and the arms of the people first, and then adding line. And I felt like something was missing, so I added the checkered tablecloths, and then I also added a little bit of something in the background with colored pencil. A short break, quick drawing with mostly crayons. Drawing from the boat with colored pencils, and I think this is crayon. The boat was moving, so I had to sort of Frankenstein the whole view. And still it has the vibe of Lake Como. Frames, I drew some frames first on this page, and then I filled the panels with just black and white, limiting myself and making it easy for myself that way as well. Mountains. Well, I live in the Netherlands, so I don't have the opportunity very often to draw mountains. So this was quite the challenge. Also, this feels messy, but I do like this color on the gray. Drawing my companions at dinner. More mountains, and here I'm really playing with that negative shape and atmospheric perspective. I like how that turned out. Bright colors, love it a lot on gray paper. This one I also filmed the whole process for a Draw Tip Tuesday video in Lisbon. And this was done in Malta. I put some color down first, and then I added black pencil on top. I think that works. Brush pen and just a little bit of bright spots with crayon. Remains of a temple. Again, first paint and then line on top. Also here I started with just bits of color with crayon for everyone sitting at the table, and then I drew everyone. I like how this turned out, especially because of all the snippets they were saying I added to the page, and it was just really fun. There's a whole beautiful memory to this place. I met someone, she had been following me for years, and it was like sort of miraculous that we just bumped into each other in Malta. And I was making this drawing when that happened, so this drawing will forever remind me of the wonderful, unique meeting I had with this lovely person. Drawing in a cafe, I kind of like the expressive lines of coloring. That works well. This does not work well. I really don't like this drawing, but it does remind me of a fantastic get-together with a friend. So, well, there's that. Another get-together with a sketch pal. I do like this drawing, and it really captures the vibe of that afternoon. And here's another one done for Draw Tip Tuesday. You know how I did this. If you don't, then look back at my previous videos and you'll find it. And that is the last one. Limiting my colors to just some pink, then black and white. Having fun drawing people in a cafe. And that is it. I hope you enjoyed that. I enjoyed filling this sketchbook for sure. It was challenging, it was fun. There's good pages, there's not such good pages. It's all fine, just like it should be when you have a sketchbook to play in. Remember that your sketchbook is your playground, your creative playground. You can do whatever you want, and it doesn't matter what the result is, as long as you just spend time doing what you love, which is drawing. And to help you keep doing that, I am here every week with a Draw Tip Tuesday video, so don't forget to subscribe to this channel. You can also come and join me on Patreon, because there I have more content that will keep you going. And if you want, you can join one of my workshops in person or online. I have monthly mini workshops that might be really fun if you could join once or twice. I will put the links below in the description of the video, and I will see you next week. Bye.